Hi there, I'm Dane and welcome to my channel where we explore everything software development. In this video, we're going to learn how we can become better software development teams using retrospectives. So let's jump straight in. Here we are on my Miro board and I've got a few notes here. So the first is, let's just talk about what is a retrospective. So a retrospective is an implementation of Principle 12 of the Manifesto for Agile Software Development. And that principle is, at regular intervals, the team reflects on how to become more effective, then tunes and adjusts its behavior accordingly. One thing that we need to make note of is our attitude coming into a retrospective. And the retrospective prime directive puts it perfectly. So Norm Kurth described this in his handbook for team review. Regardless of what we discover, we understand and truly believe that everyone did the best job they could, given what they knew at the time, their skills and abilities, the resources available, and the situation at hand. And so we need to make sure that we have the right attitude, and using that prime directive understands that we're going into the retrospective to learn and get better and not attack anyone or put anyone down, because they were doing the best that they could. So how could a team run a retrospective? Basically taking the 2 points directly out of the principle. First, you discuss how you could become more effective. And then secondly, you adjust your behavior accordingly. And then rinse and repeat. So a couple of ways that you could run retrospectives. You can use continuous retrospectives. So this is whenever an opportunity for improvement is identified or arises, discuss it and adjust your behavior. And you just do that every day and it's part of your day. Alternatively, a team can decide that they want to schedule retrospectives. So this is an example format that I'll go through for you. So you could have these 3 roles. The facilitator of the retrospective, you're keeping the retrospective on track, ensuring that discussions are sticking to the scope of the retrospective, and putting things on a parking lot if you want to talk about them another time. The scribe is going to document the discussion and the action items for the team, and the team is going to discuss how to become more effective. So here's a potential agenda. Welcome, setup, and snacks. So snacks is an interesting thing there. It's nice as a team to sometimes have some yummy treats during a collaborative workshop. So setting that up for yourself and your team could be a great thing. Setup also is nowadays where we might be running our retrospectives online. So we're configuring our video chat client and the host is setting all that up for us. Might take a few minutes while we're waiting for people to come in from other meetings or get to the meeting room if we're doing this in person. First thing we want to do is follow up on the previous action items. So we'll grab the notes, however we've documented them, and look at the previous action items and discuss who was championing each item and where we are at with each of those action items. The next thing we want to do is review how we've performed since the last retrospective. So, for example, if we are doing an iterative agile methodology, Scrum is one of them, but you can adjust that as much as you like. You might have things such as a sprint burn up or burn down chart that you might review. If you're using a more continuous flow methodology, you might use control chart or a cycle time for your work items. The next thing you'll move on to is discussing opportunities for improvement, making sure that you clarify actions and assign the champions to those actions as you go along. I can recommend having these 3 different categories of opportunities: things you should start doing or you think you should start doing, things you should stop doing because they're hampering you, and things that you should keep doing. Maybe there's something that you stopped or started in the last iteration and you've thought they were good, so let's keep them. And when we make decisions to start, stop, and keep things, we need to make sure that we have action items so that we go and update our documentation for our process or however we document our process so that any new starters know the process right from the beginning. Another item that we can talk about is just general questions or topics, things that might not fit into start, stop, or keep. And another thing that I've seen work pretty well is a 5-minute kudos period where we maybe give a shout out to particular people or team members that have done a great job or something like that. So I might say, great job to Bob. He helped me out with a particularly challenging problem, and working together, we solved it. So thanks, Bob. Let's look at a bit of an example of how we might write down these opportunities for improvement. And one thing I would suggest is don't wait until the retrospective to make your notes. Have an example board that looks maybe something like this. You might have it on the wall, you might have it on Miro like I have here, but have it available every day. And at any time something comes up, we can jump into this board and drop a start doing card onto it, or a stop doing, a keep doing, a questions, kudos, or actions. So let's go through these cards. As a team member, I want to add a work in progress limit to the doing column so that we ensure we are finishing things before starting new things. So there you go. We can see that we're going to start adding a work in progress limit or following a work in progress limit. And we might decide to do that for our next iteration. As a team member, I want to stop waiting for another team to do something so that we can move faster. So maybe your team has a dependency on another team and we just wait around for them to complete their task. What could we actually do? What could be some action items for that? Well, let's go to that other team and work with them to get whatever that something is done, rather than just maybe creating some ticket for them and waiting for that ticket to be completed. Here's a keep doing. As an aspiring YouTuber, I want my viewers to keep smashing that like button, so it really helps me out. So thanks everyone for doing that. Questions. What video topic would you like me to cover next? If you have any ideas, drop them in the comment section. Kudos, my viewers, for watching my videos and encouraging me to continue to make more content. Thank you, everyone. That is really encouraging for me. Here's some action items. Viewers, hit subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of content. See more of this kind of content. Here's an action item for me. Add any extra references to the description section below. If you want to see any of the links, I'll add them down there and you can go and click them. Viewers, drop any comments or questions in the comment section. I love getting your comments, questions, encouraging messages. It really helps and motivates me to keep making videos like this. So that's retrospectives. Again, please leave some comments in the section down below and help me out a lot. One thing I'd like to mention is if you want to see some live coding, you can come and watch me at twitch.tv/DaneHarnett. If you want to contact me, you can tweet at me at twitter.com/DaneHarnett. Both of those links will be in the description section below. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.